Hi everyone, let's be honest, leadership is never a straight climb up a tidy ladder. It's more like one of those tricky playground climbing frames. Sometimes you're swinging confidently at the top, other times you're just dangling by the shoelaces, wondering how did you even get there? Or it's like one of those whack-a-mole games at some summer fairground. Just as you get one mole sorted, another one pops up in its place. Daniel Hartweg captures this beautifully in his 5 leadership zones model: control, doubt, reflection, trust, and impact. I kind of like to think of them almost as an emotional map of leadership. We all move through them, some days several zones even before lunchtime. Let's take a wander through these zones and take time to ask some questions. Zone number 1, the control zone. This is where most of us start. It's the if I don't do it, it'll fail sort of phase. It's that place of to-do lists, spreadsheets, and that constant keeping an eye out on everything that moves sort of stage. This zone feels safe, it's predictable. You know where everything is, except your coffee cup. Isn't it weird how coffee cups go missing throughout the day as you make your way around the school? But it can also be really exhausting. As a result, without intending to, you end up being the bottleneck, not the engine. I guess the hard truth is that control isn't leadership, it's actually a kind of limitation. Great leaders don't create dependence, they create other leaders. So as a leader, ask yourself this: what am I clutching onto too tightly? And why am I clutching onto that too tightly? And who's ready to step up if I just loosen my grip just a little bit? Zone 2 is the doubt zone. Yeah, next comes doubt, that uneasy place where you question yourself, your decisions, even your sanity. It's really uncomfortable, but the best thing you can do is get your head around the fact that doubt isn't actually failure. It's actually data. It tells you something needs attention. And as a result, the trick is to use this doubt, not drown in it. Document what's working, reflect on what's not, learn, and then move on. Quite often we forget that last bit, move on. And ask yourself, is this doubt protecting me or paralyzing me? And what can I learn before this moment passes? You know, I once changed a whole meeting agenda midstream because I doubted the original plan. Yeah, it bombed really badly, but the reflection afterwards, after the tears, it was gold. Zone 3, the reflection zone. Now we're stepping back, we're asking questions, we're looking at the patterns, we're reconnecting with a purpose. This is the thoughtful zone where growth happens, where you get to be curious and start considering that P word, possibilities. It's also where some leaders get stuck, endlessly analysing instead of acting. So you need to ask yourself, am I thinking or overthinking? And what's one insight that I can turn into action this week? Reflection, you see, builds perspective. It helps you trust yourself again. And that's the bridge to the next zone. The next zone is zone 4, the trust zone. Now this is where leadership starts to breathe. In the trust zone, you lead with heart, not just logic. You trust your team as much as you trust yourself. You let go of micromanagement and replace it with empowerment. It actually sounds amazing, doesn't it? You stop trying to be the hero and you start building a culture where everyone rises together. Ask yourself, who can I lift up this week? And how can I show trust before it's earned? Trust obviously doesn't mean blindness. It means belief in your people, in the process, and in the idea that good leadership is a shared leadership. But it's hard and it's undoubtedly fraught with its own missteps and setbacks. It's messy and imperfect. Trust is won and lost and won again, often on a daily basis, particularly with new teams. Zone 5, the impact zone. This is the top of the mountain, but without the flag waving. In the impact zone, your work speaks louder than your words. The great leaders are never chasing applause. Instead, they're on the hunt to build something that lasts. Here you act without ego. You measure success not by visibility, but by the legacy that you leave in others. And I want to emphasize that point. The legacy you leave in others. This isn't about buildings or other concrete-like appeals. No, it's about relationships and the endearing manner that you're able to impact on the lives around you in a positive manner over time. So ask yourself, what will still be thriving here long after you've moved on? And am I leading for today or shaping tomorrow? I guess the reality of Hartweg's model is that it's not linear. You don't graduate from control to impact and stay there forever. No, you circle back, sometimes hourly. You'll have control moments, doubtful days, reflection weeks, trust wins, and the occasional flash of impact. The goal isn't to escape the zones though, it's simply just to notice them, to know where you are and to lead yourself with the same compassion that you show others. Let's face it, great leadership isn't about never losing control. I mean, you're the leader for goodness sake. But it is about learning when to let go and trusting that what you've built is strong enough to stand without you. And if it all goes sideways for a bit, well, there's always the line thick shape plan.